here I am. It is I.
This journey is going to be a little bit safer for 9 just because they have that player already.
Oh dear. There we go. Hello world.
Hi everyone.
It is I,
I'm so
Phoenix
excited to
Metal. I'm starting a little late today. Slight delay. Boop. There we go. Get that out of my chat. Alright, we are going to the screen record. Is this the right one? Where's my face cam? Oh. Hey, where's my face cam? It's supposed to be right here. There we go. There we are. It is I, Phoenix Metal himself, game developer extraordinaire. Hold on, I forgot something. I'll be right back. Huh. Forgot to change the scene. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so first thing on the agenda is let's talk some planning. Let's go into our design document, zoom in a little bit. Actually, I don't have to do it browser wide, I can just use this. There we go. So I'm gonna go down here to UI. Alright, so we're gonna make a new tab called Art Direction. Make this a heading 1. No, it's a title. There we go. So, art direction. Oh, I've been in an art direction like thought spiral where I am tempted to like just get away from pixel art. I don't know. I feel like more and more that like that pixel art isn't even the direction I wanted to go in the first place. So I'm like trying to think about where I should go. So to begin with, let's type in, we started with, let me bring my mic closer. There we go. We started with a pixel art style. Why? The idea that it is easier than hand-drawn animation. The like indie game expectation. I feel like indie games are like almost expected, especially like solo dev indie games are expected to be pixel art. And like the only example of a game that's hand drawn that I can think of is even close to a solo dev game is Cuphead, and that's 2 people that I'm pretty sure they onboarded more developers once they got the Microsoft deal, or a publisher, excuse me. So it's the indie game expectation. Let's say easier to animate and iterate quickly. I misspelled animate. There we go. So it's somewhat easier, but the shift tab. But the drawbacks to pixel art are just put a fix that. The drawbacks to pixel art are that you lose detail. You lose detail in the artwork, but like pixel art obviously is its own art style in itself, and minimalizing is like its whole thing. But every time I drew, like for example, like battle pixel art, like actual like detailed ones, I felt like I felt like it was like missing something. Like that's not what I was trying to draw. It just doesn't look right no matter where I place the pixels. So like I don't know, the lack of detail was bothering me. So like you lose detail in the work. You have to be very purposeful in where you place your pixels. And that's true of real artwork too. If you're gonna make a game with hand-drawn artwork, you do still have to make the design readable. So small details you have to be really careful with. Let's see. How makes the pixel art? Excuse me. What else was there? The restrictions on resolution not only block you from adding detail, you have to match, or well, it's smiled upon to have every asset follow the same visual style of pixel art. So like your UI, everything has to be pixel art. You just close that. That's a little restricting because I feel like I did those UI mock-ups and I really liked how they look. But I feel like it's frowned upon to do HD over pixel art. Or like a lot of people dislike it. So I'm like in this weird position where I'm like, should I just do all HD? So, pixel art style, the restrictions on resolution has to be balanced very well, or you run into an issue with something called mixels. So mixels is like a mix of resolution pixels, which is why they're called mixels. And it is like unanimously decided that that is just not, it doesn't look good, basically. You should draw everything inside of a resolution at that resolution so that all the pixels are exactly a square. Because if you don't, you'll end up with a situation where the resolutions differ and the square will mush and contort in order to fit whatever scale you've put something at. So like you can kind of see it in here because I have this image, I have these characters scaled and I haven't fixed it yet. But I'm gonna zoom in real quick. Oh my god, that's way too much. Alright, so like right here, you probably can't really tell, but like a lot of the pixels are like really off. There we go. All right. So that's kind of what I've been feeling about pixel art, and so I've gotten some feedback. Got feedback that my actual hand-drawn art is more striking than my pixel art. So I've been thinking about making the whole game hand-drawn. So I'm just gonna benefits to hand-drawn visuals. So I'm more comfortable with doing hand drawings. Actually, let me go back to the drawbacks of pixel art and add something to that. It's a new skill, so I still have to practice and learn it, as well as animation on top of that. And less comfortable with the detail work. Alright. So I'm just gonna add examples of my pixel art. And we're gonna grab some images to show. We'll just take this one, for example. Can I just copy image? Yeah. And we're gonna go into the design doc. Wait 1 second. uh, 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 uh. All right. Excuse me. Got curious or something. Okay. Where was I? So, paste in this example of pixel art. Oh my god, that is huge. Let's make that smaller. Alright, so this was for overworld sprites. Let me see. What does alt text do? Oh yeah, that's for. Okay, I'm not worried about that for now. Not comment. Wish you could add like a caption on images. I thought you could. Because I'm pretty sure it's not comment. Comments go up here. Whatever. Alright, so we got that image. Let me grab some more from Discord real quick. Let me see. I think I posted it in here just last night, so let me see if I can grab it. Game design. Here we are. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. I think. Maybe not. I could have sworn. It doesn't matter. I know where to define the image. I'll just hit insert image, upload from computer, show all files. Let me see. I think it's in documents. GitHub, Draco, assets, concepts. Where? Was it in screenshots and concept? No, it's not. Gifts. Was it in game art? No. Sprite files. Sprite sheets? Concepts. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Shift. Wait, control. Open both of those. Alright. Okay. Then shrink her to match. Alright, so those are pixel art examples. So that's what we were working with. And I like those. It's not like they're bad. But I feel like, I don't know, something's missing. Maybe I just needed practice, but yeah, that's where I was. So then I'm like, okay, I'm more comfortable with doing hand drawing. Hand animation makes for more interesting keyframes, in my opinion. I can animate from my iPad for one thing, but I don't know if that's that important to put into the design doc itself, because we're more talking about the concept of the art style. Sorry, my brain farted. Then I can make the game one resolution, which would be 1080p, and all assets would fit that size without would fit that size, and since they're HD assets, they will be easily scalable without creating pixels. Okay. Then we have the benefit of is more visually striking and may garner more interest than, I'm just gonna put in quotes, another pixel art game. Because I feel like indie games have fallen so in love with that old pixel art style, it's almost become a rule. Like, they think they have to do pixel art. But I don't think you really have to do pixel art. I just think pixel art is like the path of least resistance for a lot of people. They feel like they should do pixel art. It's easier. But I've learned that pixel art isn't so much easier. Oh, another drawback of pixel art. Have to work within color palettes pretty strictly for the sake of cohesion, because you don't really have a lot of space to work with more colors, but or to differentiate areas. Like, you can't like just be like, okay, this black line is going to differentiate the arm from the shirt. No, you have to kind of do it just by color, because you don't really have a lot of space to just be adding a bunch of black pixels all over the drawing. But yeah, so that's been my process, just to think about that a little more, put you where my head's at. And make garner more. Yeah. So recently I've been practicing doing some animation, and I'm gonna move you guys over to the other screen. Tablet record. All right, we're moving. We're moving, everybody. Come with me. Come here. Bring yourself. There we go. Am I centered? No. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna drag OBS over here. Alright, so we're at the tablet screen now. So I've been working on this little practice animation of Drake doing a run cycle, and I am pretty proud of it so far. I think it looks pretty good. So I was thinking of like doing the game in a style similar to this, because, hold on, I'm going to take my mouse, bring my browser over to the tablet screen so that we can do some stuff on the, so actually, dang, I should move over. Actually, I'm gonna just, how am I gonna do this? I'll just move the whole keyboard over. Here's what I'm gonna do. Take this tablet, slide it back. Then I'm gonna take my keyboard. And I should have enough slack on the cord to pull it over. Hold on. Technical changes. Actually, that's enough. That's enough reach for me to do what I'm trying to do. Oh, I'm knocking stuff over. It's getting devious. I wasn't planning for this. I gotta run to the trash can. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Ah! There we go. Okay. Now I can type again. So I'm going to go to Google. We're gonna look up screenshots of Tui. The world ends with you. Final remix. We're gonna find like gameplay screenshots of that. Yeah, here we go. So something like this. Copy image. Is this one of those ones you can zoom in? Yeah. Copy image. Go back to the design doc. So I'm gonna make a new title. It's gonna be a heading 1. What do I want to title this? Hand drawn visuals. Okay. And then this one will be pixel art. So art visuals. Alright, we started with visual art. Why? Go ahead and capitalize everything just because I'm being particular. Da, da, da. Alright, so we're talking about hand-drawn visuals here. So examples of RPGs with hand-drawn visuals. Or should I, or let's just say, I don't know if hand-drawn is the best way to describe it, but let's just say full HD visuals slash hand-drawn visuals. Trying to nail down this visual paradigm. I'm like, I went into this game kind of like just making a game, but I didn't plan a game. So now I'm in this situation where I'm trying to actually be serious about the project, and I want to do planning before I sit here and I get like super far into the project and I have no idea what I want my visual style to be. Alright, so I'm gonna get a couple Tui screenshots. Where's the one that I saw that was in combat? We'll use this one. Copy image. go back to the design document. Control V. I'm gonna make this smaller. I'll make them about the same size. Okay. So world ends with you final remix. Put that in italics so that I know what it is, and then lower the font size a little. Go back up to 11, take off italics. And then I can go back to a bulleted list. Oh, Indivisible. Now, Indivisible is probably a crazy level that I'm not gonna reach, but Indivisible screenshots. Let's see. Copy image. I haven't really even done like much actual stuff today, but the planning is important too. I'm gonna grab one of this environment because they use 3D environments in this game, which is really smart, to be honest. Is that a portal cube? It is. What's another good screenshot I want to use? This one, why not? Indivisible. Excuse me. And then back. Okay, the italics are already gone. Go ahead and go back to bullet list. Okay, so concerns and drawbacks to this HD hand-drawn style. Workload seemingly increases. Seemingly, I say because I am more comfortable doing 2D drawings. Like, it doesn't take, I don't think it takes, it'll take much more like pushing against myself to be able to do 2D drawings and animations, because it actually took more work for me to learn how to make effective pixel art. Because, and also I just lack the practice in pixel art. I haven't really like made pixel art, nor do I necessarily find making it compelling. I just felt like I had to. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. Like, I like pixel art. I think it's really cool. Pixel art is like an insanely sick art style. But like, if I could just draw something, I'd probably enjoy that more. So let's just say the workload seemingly increases because it's probably gonna take more to complete one animation. And then the thing is I have absolutely zero experience with 3D, and I can tell you right now, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 3D modeling. I'm not making 3D environments. That's just a no-go entirely. So my environments would have to be hand-drawn too to still not clash. So let's say, because I can hand-draw my characters, but my environment has to match in environment. And I'm also like, I'm not that great at drawing backgrounds in itself. Now, to be fair, I'd have to have drawn backgrounds either way with pixel art or not. So I can just practice and learn how to draw backgrounds by hand. It doesn't really matter to me necessarily. So environments also have to be hand drawn. Or at least 2D. I could find some ways to cheat around hand drawing everything. Takes longer to complete an animation. Well, actually, I don't know if it necessarily takes longer, because think about this, right? I did those like those victory animations. Like, hold on, I'll grab them. I did those victory animations not too long ago. These. So, you know, I did these victory animations, and those took a day. Still. And they're not finished, like not even remotely. You can't even tell who they really are outside unless you know the character. So it's like, it still takes a ton of time to be able to do animation, period, right? Especially considering that, like, I would consider like my art style in battle to be like high bit, which is basically like getting as close to just drawing as possible while it's still being pixel art. But if I really wanted to, I wouldn't even have to scrap these animations. I would just upscale them, put them into my animation workflow in Clip Studio, and draw over them. Boom! I just made a new animation, draw over them, add maybe like a couple in betweens, and it's already much more detailed because I'll be sketching and I'll already have a base. So I don't know. That's where I've been, and trying to figure out where I want to go. And it's a really weird thing to try and like figure out. So let me go back to the design document real quick. And it's just like, I'm looking at the Trello, and like, I haven't even really touched art assets. I've mostly just been making placeholder animations for the sake of having something to visually represent what I'm programming. Like the victory animations are nowhere near done. No art in this game is done, is the thing. Not a single thing, not even the UI, because the UI was really temporary. So like it's not like I've done like so many art assets that I'm like broken up about having to do more, if that makes sense, or redo some. I don't mind redoing some drawings, redoing some animations. I can just like I said, I can slap them in Clip Studio, go over them, new animations, and also I can do things like draw, like for example, Succubust. This is my initial drawing of Succubust, right? I love this design. I was really happy with it when I drew it. But like then the pixel art, I don't like the pixel art as much. And you're telling me I have to animate this? It just sounds unwieldy. I like animating pixel art, making coherent keys and in-betweens that aren't just like breaking your brain because like the pixels are like pixel placement scares me. I don't like the idea of having to like be so particular about pixel placement. Even like on her thigh right here, this like straight line going across irks me because I would want there to be more of a curve. But I can't really provide more of a curve where it puts the whole area off. It doesn't make sense. So restrictions like that really screw with me when I'm so used to just being a hand-drawn artist. But I'm trying to like justify everything and like plan a little bit because I don't want to go into the rabbit hole and find out that I've made like a bad decision. That's like the thing that makes all of this kind of scary. Because I think it's a good decision, but is it a good decision for like me in the development of this game? I need to update a screenshot on here. Hold on. I'm gonna go in here. Yeah. Did I update this one? I did. Open in browser, copy image. Just trying to make sure my design document stays organized and up to date. There we go. Pause UI. Okay. So, and then I've been thinking about like battle UI too. I have to update all of this battle UI. So I'm kind of at a point now to where I'm like, okay, we're looking at a complete art overhaul already. I know this has been like basically a stream of just me rambling. Rambling with lo-fi in the back, but that's just where I am. I'm making sure I get my bearings, because like if you can't see, driving is really hard. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to kind of like be the game director and the art director and the UI designer and the story writer and the da-da-da and the do-do-do and the dee-dee-dee, I have to be as like think about this way. Game designer Phoenix has to communicate to art director Phoenix and UI designer Phoenix and story writer Phoenix. I'm my own team. And if I can't communicate between the different parts of the development process and get them to be coherent and cohesive, then the game itself is going to be incoherent and incohesive. Someone's gonna play it and be like, I don't like this isn't matching, it's weird. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like a lot of people are like turned off by like HD UI with pixel art. Because, like, for example, Shantae's UI or Shantae's not pixel art. Well, yes, Shantae's pixel art and Shantae's hand-drawn portraits are great separately. Together, it brings like this kind of like odd juxtaposition for people, I think. Let me add parentheses to this for the sake of matching the rest of the. I can't think of any other hand-drawn RPGs. Let's crack a couple in here. Oh, whoops. I remember this game. Hand-drawn RPG, Legend of... Yeah. The one that's the guy drawing his notebook. That's cute. But yeah, I need to look into like games with hand-animated visuals. Cause like I'm thinking about the load that's already in the game, like the animations that are already in here. And I don't think it's so many that I can't like do it. Go down to my sprites. And Drake and Mia. Let's go into battle. A couple attack sprites. Alright, so this game has 4 direction movement. I thought about doing 8 direction, but I'm going to do 4 direction for now. If I want to do 8 direction later, I can always change. But I'm just going to leave that workload off of me for now. Probably gonna have to undo these changes inside of this undo these changes I did last night. So we got like a good amount of animations here. We got some approaching animations for like when you're moving towards an opponent or a spot in the battle. Blocking animations, idle animations. You got some death, hit, using an item, selecting an option, your victory animations. Then we got some attack animations, and then overworld animations for each character. Now, this running animation that I'm working on, I'm thinking would be an overworld animation. And you're probably saying like, it's too big. But the thing with drawing in HD like this is I can actually draw at this size and then minimize it. And it still work. So that might be the smart way to handle it, in my opinion. Oops. Pause that. Playback settings. Play all frames. And then prefer speed, prefer quality. Move frame, label, timeline. Change frame rate. Frame rate 24. Okay. But so I wanted to do like a prototype and like put this inside of. Let's see. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab like this. I'm gonna grab like this key. So I'm gonna go ahead and export this. Can I just export this one frame? Or export animation? I need. Let's do an image sequence. Starting number is 0. Timeline. We are going to save this into Clip Studio Animation. And I'm gonna create a folder. Or does it make its own folder? No, it doesn't. So I'm gonna do new folder. Drake left run. Hop in here, select folder. We're just gonna name this Drake left run. Okay. That's gonna export, and we're gonna go ahead and open those documents. Studio animation, Drake left run. And we animated on 2s. It exports as a bitmap? Can I change that? Yeah, give me a PNG. Are you serious? Actually, hold on. I'm gonna turn off the paper here. And then I'm gonna make a. No, I'll do it in another document. Hold on. So I'm gonna go export animation, image sequence, export as a PNG. I'm gonna delete these. Export as PNG. Frame export 1 through 16. Start number, operator. Okay. All right, so we got our images again. All right, so I need to open this. So I'm gonna go to File, New. I'm gonna make a 1920 by 1080p canvas. And we're gonna do some concept art. HD art concept. Okay. And then we're gonna go to File, Open, Animation, Drake left run, and we're gonna grab this frame because I like this one a lot. Excuse me. All right. So the thing with this is I'm actually gonna, hold on, let me import it. I'm gonna import image. Clip Studio Animation, Drake left run, open. All right, so now that we have him imported, I'm gonna do this and then do this. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna resize him. Alright, so let me just exit this. Let me minimize the timeline. Window, timeline, window. Oh, where is all slides view? Get that out of here. Get rid of the timeline. Okay. So here's what we're working with. I'm gonna move my keyboard back, and now we have something to mess with. Check my phone real quick. There we go. Okay. All right, move my mouse to the side. Grab my shortcut box. Does it work? Yes. Okay. I'll bring my tablet back forward. And now we can cook. After I reattach this bumper. I cannot believe this thing comes off. How does it go on? Okay. So it's like this to the bottom. Okay. There we go. Probably like super glue that back on. Okay. So now we're going to do some concepting. So I'm gonna resize this guy. And let's say he's this big. At 1080p, that's a pretty good size of this screen. So then I'm gonna come in and I'm going to do, as you know, with our concept art, you know, we always use purples and stuff. So I'm gonna go to Clip Studio and I'm gonna open menu concept. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm gonna grab, can you please? Is this not? There we go. I was about to say, what the hell was going on with that? So we're gonna go in here, not here. I can close that. HD concept. I'm gonna make a background. And then I'm going to grab this color. And I'll make our friend here. And a background for himself. Marker. And then there we go. So we're just gonna do something like this. Just so we can see him easier. I should really, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the lasso tool. It's quicker and easier. Take this rough sketch. just fill it. Now, obviously, this isn't even remotely Drake's real colors, but I just need to be able to see him when I drag him around and resize and stuff. Shit, I hit the wrong button. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I was about to say, it's like lasso tool should be on my shortcut keys. How is everyone today? I'm about to start conversating with myself like Dora the Explorer. It might just be time. Hold on, let me see. P. Reese here. Go. I really like this. I really like the keyframes that I drew for this animation. Like this like when I drew this animation, this is why I started to lean this direction. Is because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a test animation. It's probably gonna be really hard, but I should do it just so I can like know if this is the right direction. For one thing, it was not hard. It was actually like the easiest time I've had animating since I've pretty much started, because I started animating with pixel art. But it also just looked so much better, in my opinion. I'm still rotated wrong. Okay. So let's say I'm gonna make a folder and I'm just gonna drag these two into it. I should be able to resize both of them like this. Edit, transform, scale. Yep. All right, so let's say we got good old Drake here. He's in the center of the screen. And now we get to like doodle an environment. So
let's just say they're still inside a fledgling forest. And actually, I'm gonna edit, transform, flip horizontal. Actually, no, I'm gonna just keep it that way because that's the way it was supposed to be. So we're gonna go down to this layer. Yep, there we go. We're gonna pick a nice green. Actually, I have, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna pick this green. And this green. And then we're just gonna use the marker tool to make, zoom out, adjust brush size. Yeah. I need to, can I go into this tablet? I mean this shortcut thing? H. No, that's Hi-Fi Rush. Huion tablet. Can I get this to pop up its menu on another screen? Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Key dial. Customize the feature. No. Dial sensitivity, sleep time. Huh. I don't think there is a way. This is my working area. Well, whatever, we're not gonna worry about it. Can you make him hit the gritty? Damn it, Cash. Maybe one day when I have, maybe one day, I'll animate Drake doing hitting the gritty, bro. In fact, I have one animated sub emote. I will make it Drake hitting the gritty. Secret move with a nuts input, he hits the gritty. That's so crazy. I will make a Drake gritty sub emote. Okay, so let's say he's running through this forest. Let's do it like this. Have like the forest ground here. And let's say there's like a path. This way. quick environment. Just throw it on canvas. I feel like I could pull off something like this. I just have to practice and get better at drawing environments. Which is something that's been on my list of something to do artistically for like a long time anyway. I'm gonna make a layer under this one and grab like this like sky color. Actually, I'm just gonna let's just say give like a little patch of green. Here we go. What did I just... Oh, it's showing up on this screen now. Thank God. That's what I wanted. Okay, now I'm happy. transform. Scale. Let's make him a little bigger. And then I'm gonna go in here. I'm just gonna make a layer for on top of this layer. I'm gonna grab like this color and like add a little shadow to it. Maybe can I like shift hue? Yeah, there we go. Shift it towards purple a little. And then da. Okay. And then grab this color. And let's get some brown in there. Something like this, and then like let's say we got like I don't know, a chest over here. Make it like a reddish brown. something like this. So he did something like that, and then like that's too big. Let's see, how big is that compared to him? That should be fine. And then like let's say there's like a this color but like lighter. Should be darker. Yeah. Actually, grab this color, make it lighter. And the cool thing about like having done pixel art is I actually learned like a lot of stuff about like hue and value. And like making like the difference between colors and stuff like that. So I definitely gained something by having done it in general. I'm gonna put like a sign right here. And then make this smaller. Let's just say this is like a welcome sign to one of the game's cities. like go into this tree. How about that? What about that as like a game screenshot, huh? And now I can even go a step further real quick. And just add a new layer in here. And then file, open, recent. No, just file open. I need. Is this it? No. Why did I even save that? Open. Is it in Project Draco? No. Drake sit. ID temp. Menu concept. It's not menu concept. Party dynamics. Tablet test. I know how to get it. Open Clip Studio. Manage works. Where is it? I know I downloaded this image. Oh wait, shit, this is it. Open in Paint. Yeah, this is the right one. I want these colors. Banger mock-up. Thank you.
Thank you. Trying to nail down the visual style of the game, because recently, since I've been actually like thinking about like my vision and what I'm actually trying to make, I keep being like, oh hey, this thing that I had as like a test mock-up that I thought was just gonna become the real thing, it's just not what I really want. Put some on his thumbs or fingers. I think that's all of the skin that he shows. I need this color. Alright, so we're in the art direction phase. Yeah, okay. You probably weren't here, but we had like a big talk about art direction. So we're kind of at this point now. Let me move my camera. I'm just gonna be above y'all. I'll be above y'all, chat. Okay, so it started off with UI, right? And then like someone in the Game Maker Discord brought up a valid point. Why not just make the whole game in like the hand-drawn style, because your hand-drawn art is just so much more striking. Hey Bloodmaster X3, welcome to the chat, man. Let's see. So we got art direction. So I was doing pixel art before. And so I was just like thinking like pixel art has like a lot of drawbacks to me, because for one thing, I'm not experienced with it. I never feel like the image looks right. Pixel placing is so fucking hard. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a sub emote, man. It's in approval, but they haven't approved it yet. I should have did more than one emote before I applied for approval on emotes. I have a second one that I'm working on. A Drake Resident Sleeper. But they haven't approved Drake's. They haven't approved Drake's Sit yet. It's coming though. That's gonna be a sub emote as soon as they approve it. So then I was thinking about like he was saying like basically him and a couple other people were just being like, hand-drawn visuals is just nice. Thank you. Yeah, they're kind of modeled after like the Xenogears style. But I felt like I just wasn't like in love with like the pixel art I was making. And then like I was thinking about like a hand-drawn style, and I was just like, that would be nice, but it's probably going to be like a little more work. Not necessarily more assets. It's going to be like it's just going to be slightly more work. Yeah, the art style in Tui is great. So I have some like examples of like hand-drawn art. So like Tui and Indivisible. Though Indivisible uses 3D environments, and I'm not touching 3D with a 10-foot pole right now. I absolutely refuse. I know my limits. Cause it was like I was doing. It all started when I was doing HD character portraits with pixel art and pixel art UI, and I was told like that I'm in Unity for game art and 3D animation. Nice. It's always nice to have that educational direction. Me, I'm self-taught. All of this, I'm just bullshitting. I'm actually I went to school for IT. I'm an IT guy. That's what I do for a living.
But so it started like this, and this concept, like people were saying, like the art styles clashed. It was a little weird. So then I did some research, and then I made a new mock-up, and I was like, okay, here it is with HD text boxes, and new HD character portraits. And I used like some stylistic choices to differentiate the two, and they're like, that's better. But then like it was kind of like, why not just hand draw the whole thing, because your hand-drawn art style is really good, so you might as well like lean into that. And I was like, that makes sense. And this is a more long-term project, so I have no qualms with like doing it like that. So here's some more UI, and so I need to redo the battle UI too. So I did this animation. Hold on. I did this animation. Can I? No, I have to open the timeline. Window, timeline. Here we go. So I made this quick little animation, and I was like, this looks nice. I like this a lot. Let me turn my... What is this? Oh. Did I animate that? I did. So, I did this quick little animation, and this took me like about a day to rough. On and off, I wasn't like... I did like other stuff yesterday. But, so I made this, and I was like, yeah, I like that. That looks good. And then I was like, what if I decided to just make the whole game in this style? This would be like for overworld characters, and then I'll have like... And then I'll do like battle sprites that kind of like follow the same proportion. So, hold on. That was bothering me on OBS. I'll move myself back down here. There we go. So, I was doing that, and then, and so that's how we got here. I'm doing like a mock-up of like, okay, what size do I want to make him? How much of the screen is he gonna take up? So I was doing like an environmental mock-up. Right. I needed to mock it up because I know that it's easy to like think you're going the right direction, and then it turns out to be like just not the right path. So I want to make sure I'm like on like the right track. This here. Okay. I'm gonna make this clipping mask to that. Brush those. So I'm just trying to... I'm screwing around because, like, literally, like I said, I did no planning going into this project. I had a vision, but, like, not a plan. So I was kind of just, like, making... my plan was to just make systems. I was just going to make systems, like, and try to, like, make a prototype of, like, what I'm going for. And I think at this point, I think I have... like a pretty representative gameplay idea of what I'm going for. Like I can send a clip to somebody and be like, this is what I'm making. And they be like, oh, I get what you're making. You know what I'm saying? Now all the systems aren't in for me to like
be like, oh yeah, I've completed the full gameplay loop. I have every feature in. Now that's not true. But I have enough to like proof of concept, kind of. Just kind of bullshit this color. Yeah, Mario and Luigi and Star King. Right. So like people know exactly what I'm going for. But now I have to give the game its own identity. I have to like figure out how to depict what I'm making on screen. And like what will make it stand out and stuff like that. It's coming along great. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. Bit Chris, Pixel Chris, who ain't making pixel art. I'm waiting. This color, just slide all of that right there. Clip Studio open right now. I'm a fraud. Jesus. All right. And then do this. Get this right there. Grab his hair color. But yeah, so like, I'm just trying to make sure I get a good art direction going. Cause that's like the main thing I am, is an artist. And it would be really screwed up to like just like have half-assed art in a game made by an artist. So I'm just trying to tee up. Cause I know what I want to make gameplay wise. And I think animating hand-drawn is just going to be so much easier for me. Because pixel art, pixel art's too specific, man. I don't think I can process it mentally. I'll be trying to draw something a certain way and it just does not apply in pixel art, and I don't like that. Like, for example, you'll notice in this drawing, this sword irks me so much. It's really hard. Like, I thought it was going to be easy going in. I thought the reason indie games did pixel art is because pixel art was easy. No, they're doing pixel art because pixel art is... It's like pulling onto like some sort of nostalgia bone. It's like the indie style because a lot of them are inspired by older games. So that's why they do it. But like, pixel art is insanely hard. It's just as hard as any other art form. Like, it has so much depth between like color palettes, pixel placement, styles like dithering, and like trying to avoid like mixels and all this stuff, and like everything has to be really particular on resolution. It's just too much. I'd rather just draw. I've been drawing my whole life. And animating a normal hand-drawn drawing is so much easier for me. I could do that way quicker, I feel like. Because like, if you really think about it, most of my pixel art isn't even finished. In fact, I don't think any of my pixel art is finished. Almost all of it needs either redoing or it's just not... It's not good. Like, all of it's either old because I haven't changed it in like years, or it's just straight up unfinished, like it's just a first pass mock-up.
think I'd die animating anything hand-drawn. Never tried it, though. It's not that bad, honestly. For me, at least. I kind of like it. Because really, it's like you draw keys. So, like, you draw the, like, poses you're trying to get to and all that. And then you kind of just in between. So, like, you're just drawing drawings to get to the keys. That's never been, like, something that I've had a hard time grasping. But I feel like with pixel art, like for example, like I animated those victory animations. I think they're still up. Yeah, so like these victory animations, right? Animating these was not hard. Getting everything to look right in the pixel art was the hard part. But if I just drew it, I know I can make it look right because I can draw. But pixel art is like so particular on the placement. If you put anything off, it will screw up the whole animation. Excuse me, I had to take a sippy. But if I take this, all of the frames from this pixel art, I upscale it, I put it in Clip Studio, I trace over it. I just move this animation to hand-drawn. Like that. Like that. And I can finish that. I can like finish that sketch. And it looks like the character. I can do all the secondary animation. All of that. Without having to deal with how particular pixel placement is. Because this is a jump. Mia has braids. I have to animate braids in pixel art. And make them follow secondary motion for jumping up and down. No, sir. The idea of that hurts. Because I already had to like draw her braids to do this pixel art mock-up. And that shit was hard. Now you're telling me I have to animate that? Fuck no. I could probably animate that hand-drawn so much easier, like I did Drake's dreads in this one. His dreads were not that hard. He's running, so I treat them as like one thing and they bounce up and down. A couple of them flop out as strays. And Mia jumping up and down, I can draw individual braids separately, and I can make them still make sense visually as these are braids. But when it's pixels, all I really have is like 1 or 2 pixels separation, and then there's no outline. I have nothing but colors. Almost all the colors, I have to use a limited palette because that's like one of the pixel art but biblical rules. You have to use a limited palette for the sake of ease and color picking. I could just not do any of that. Oh yeah, I genuinely like pixel art. Oh well, yeah. You don't necessarily have to do that. You don't necessarily have to do that. But it's a thing that I've noticed a lot of pixel artists recommending. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, that's just like it's hard to do that, man. I genuinely like pixel art. I have a greater appreciation for really good pixel art than I ever have before. Because I know how much it takes to get good enough to know where to put the pixels and make something look that good. Like Chained Echoes or Crosscode and stuff like that. When I see those games pixel art, I'm just like, this is insane. This is nuts. because I know this was hard to make. Or even it might be easy for them to make. But the person that it's easy for struggled and trained to get there. Like, I can draw this, and I don't even have that much experience animating, but animating this wasn't that bad because I know how to draw in this style. I could probably animate like this just fine, right? But doing this in pixel art is a completely different ballpark. It's a completely different type of art. And I was just struggling. And then again, I didn't practice a lot. I really didn't. I can't say that I put like a lot of effort into like drawing a bunch of pixel art to practice. Because I really didn't bother. And that might be part of the problem. But also, I feel like if I'm going to do this project and I already know it's going to take a lot of time, why learn the new skill when I could use the old skill and just improve the old skill? Because I know what I'm doing there. I might as well just do it that way. It's kind of my thought process. Pixel art is super fun though. I might still do pixel art, or like I have some ideas for smaller games to make before this one comes out, just for the sake of like practice and like releasing something. And I'm thinking those might be pixel art. So it's not like pixel art is forgotten for me. It's not like something that I'm just abandoning whole hog. It's just not a priority for this game. Way better to stick to your comfort zone. Yeah. Now there is like some there is like reason to like step out of a comfort zone. But if I but if it's like something like this for a long-term project, I don't think it's like integral that you do. Make this look a dark red. Go in here, get the eye color. Not enough time in the damn day. He works hard, makes me want to get off my ass and make some games too. See, I always feel like I've gotten to the point now. I say that all the time. There's not enough time in the day. I just try to make some time. Because there really isn't. It really does feel like there's not enough time in the day. And like, that's a feeling that's easy to like take over your creative process. But I think putting in like a little effort a day is better than no effort a day. Even if you're not like doing a lot, it's fine. Like you can pick up game dev, you can follow like a little tutorial or something, try to understand the code. That, and I gotta stress that, try and understand the code, because a lot of people go into game dev and just kind of copy code. It's gonna be hard to learn that way. I think he should be bigger. Transform scale. Precise. Okay. So this is like a hand-drawn visual mock-up. There we go. So something like this. And then I can even go a step further. Let's see if I can do something like this. Hold on. Which folder was it? Dialogue 4? Yeah, it was 4. Control C. Control V. Take this and drag it up here. Then I can go into the folder and turn this. No, not this. Oh, wait. Shit, I do have to turn that off. I need to unclip this. And then I can turn this off. There we go. I've been working on an RPG Maker project for years now, and I have the full script, but I think I hate RPG Maker. Might gotta learn Game Maker. I feel like I have more control there. Yeah, RPG Maker is like, you can do it in there, but it's, I think RPG Maker, from what I've heard, is like madly specific. But, Game Maker is a pretty good tool. Godot. Godot is a good engine because Godot is completely free and open source. Game Maker has been great to me, especially considering I'm in a Game Maker Discord and the community is it's really great to like bounce off a community and learn things from them. Even just lurking in there, I learn things. So like Game Maker is nice. I think you can download Game Maker for free and test it. One time I tried to follow a very simple Godot tutorial and I failed so bad. It's like that. Sometimes when you're first starting off, understanding like some of the stuff that people do in tutorials or say is hard. Game Maker is free. Oh yeah. But like you can use Game Maker however you want until you try to publish a product. That's when you have to pay money. They don't let you publish without a license. You have to pay for that. But you can make whatever the hell you want in Game Maker for free. A lot of people use Game Maker for things like mock-ups and prototypes. Or I think Unity is also free until you publish something. But hold on, there's a stray pixel here that's bothering me. Yeah, it is in here. Which layer is it? Yes, this one. There we go. All right, so now I ain't touching Unity with a 10-foot pole. Unity's not that bad, man. Unity is daunting, but it's not bad. C# is a really good language. But Game Maker is really nice because Game Maker language or GML is it's really useful. The only thing I can say is like you can do 3D things in Game Maker, but I don't think it's worth it. Game Maker is like a predominantly 2D engine. And so here, what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna add like do like little dust particles. Grab like this color. There we go. Look at that. Oh. Unite up! Bloodmaster, welcome to the team. Thank you for your support. like it. I think this could work. Now, granted, like, I'm not, like, super good at environments. So I need to, like, train myself to be able to draw the environments well. I'll try to save this here. I'm just gonna close this. I probably should just here. I'm gonna do this part. There we go. That was bothering me a little. And like the horns keep the silhouette readable. That looks good. So this is more of like that of that like twiwy kind of art direction. Where was this? Yeah. Let me grab this. I don't like how that chest looks. Anyway, there we go. Save that again. So like a mock-up kind of like this. So I'm gonna export this real quick. Export as a single layer, as a PNG. I'll just save it here. And I'm gonna go back to the design document. Just gonna pop. And then insert image from computer. Show all files. Clip Studio. I saved it in here, didn't I? I thought I did. File. Oh, I didn't finish the export. I'm tripping. Still didn't show up though. File. Oh my god, there's more windows for the export? Jesus, just export the image. I was about to say. Don't have a HUD drawn. Alright. So here's what I have. I'm just gonna slide this back again. Put this over here. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and subtitle this real quick. So I'm gonna hit italics, make this 9. So this is Draco Jam HD mock up. Draco Jam HD mock up. Then enter, go back to 11, turn off italics. Okay, so concerns and drawbacks to this HD hand-drawn style. Takes longer to complete an animation. Environments also have to be hand-drawn or at least 2D. Workload seemingly increases. What are other drawbacks? My brain is going blank right now in terms of like more drawbacks. I'm definitely gonna have to get better in environments though, cause or I could make like I could do tile based and just hand draw tile sets. I think that makes more sense than like that mock-up does. So like how the game is now, but like, come on, compile. So kind of like how the game is now with this tile set. I could still have it tiled like this, but then put in like a hand-drawn flair to everything. So like just, I hand draw the tile sets obviously, but like I'll have hand-drawn assets that go over the tile set. Okay, so like let's put that in the document since we're thinking. Yeah. Hand-drawn tiles might go crazy. Yeah. So there could be, hold on, the game could still be tile based, but the tiles will be hand-drawn. On top of the hand-drawn tiles, there can be on top of the hand-drawn tiles there can be hand-drawn assets that don't have to necessarily follow the grid nature of the tiles. So if I wanted, I could draw I could draw like, let's say, I don't know, a sign or something, and I didn't want it to be like stuck to the grid. I could draw that sign in whatever orientation I want to, and then just slap it and like drag it into the game as a sprite or an object. And all would be good. So like everything doesn't have to be confined to like grid-based squares. Now, the same thing applies to pixel art, to be fair. I could have always had that implemented, but like This is to like make the ease of drawing hand-drawn assets make more sense. So like I make separate assets and then bring those in as different pieces of art. So Tui Final Remix is like a good example of what I would probably go for. Even the background design is kind of... I was watching the Skullgirls animate characters.
3 frames. But I'm still trying to keep it in mind. Edit here.
She's so good at this.
So let's see how this looks. But if you do, it's super helpful. Faster to do.
But where was I? Here we go. Skullgirls animation goes nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Skullgirls and Indivisible, which are both Lab Zero games, are fucking nuts. New UI update, overall status UI. So like in my Trello, a bunch of like the art asset stuff is probably just going to be pushed back into... See, the thing with this is that like not much has changed in the sense that I don't have any complete art assets. None of my art is done because I always planned on doing like an art phase where I do art assets later after the systems are done. So I can still continue programming and just make like temporary... I can use pixel art as temporary assets, if that makes sense. And I can just like not worry about making the pixel art pretty. I can just like throw down pixels to test whatever I need to test. And then later on, I can update everything, change whatever values in code I need to for the size difference, all of that, and handle all of that without having to really do much. And like even if you like look at how, let me go back to Clip Studio. Look at how I scaled this image. Was 1080p, like this drawing. I scaled it onto a 1080p image and I scaled it down, and it still looks good. So like that's the benefit too of HD is hold on, assets, hold on, where is that? HD benefits, hand-drawn visuals, more can make game with one resolution since they're HES, they'll be easily scalable without creating pixels. Okay, I already put that on there. Where's my sticker? Okay. So that would so I lost my whole train of thought. But yeah, so HD style, I can just make assets or art assets, a bunch of like different ones or separate ones, and then throw them over a tile set to like make things more visually interesting. And that would be like a good way to design areas. So that's where I am. Yeah. That makes sense. The last couple streams, this was supposed to be me like working on animations. I wanted to do like an idle animation, but I'll probably just do that another day. Let's save this. I need to study the proportions on this so when I do idols, I make sure I do them correctly. Excuse me. Alright, so there we go. I think that is a good point to end the stream. We have more to think about. Got some concepting done. Made like a lot of this make sense. In fact, let me go ahead and get another screenshot of this with the UI over it. I exported it before, but whatever, I'll just screenshot it this time. Do it like that. There we go. I think that looks nice. Alright, guys. I think that's me done for tonight. I need to hop on YouTube, actually. Your channel. YouTube Studio. Content. Did I ever fix this? No. No, it's not made for kids. I curse. Okay, there we go. I'll just copy this early. Alright. That'll do it, guys. Let's see. Is there anyone live on Twitch right now? I doubt it. Who's live? Hugo's live. What's Hugo doing? No, he's watching the Rivals Direct.
We didn't really say anything important at all. Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna send y'all to Hugo. Thanks, Chris. /raid Hugo _Nomics. Alright. Y'all have a good one. We got a lot of work done. That was fun. Sayonara.